Well, so in a previous video, we have seen how we can create an Azure AI search service. Now, for the Azure AI search service, we need the data source. We do have the various types of data sources features available, right? Like Azure Blob Storage, Data Lake, okay, and all that. Directly, even we can import the data and vectorize it for building the rack solutions from the very Azure Blob Storage. So now the first thing is that we need to have the Azure Blob Storage created. Now what I have done is that I have downloaded the document here. This is a sample document that I do have where it contains the information about the uh, insurance stuff for the car, private car loan long term policy. Over here it contains that scope, sum assured, and lot many things. It has that. Okay, so I will be putting this document into the blob storage, and then we will import that blob storage with the Azure AI search service and vectorize it. So the first thing first, let me go to home here, and in my resource group again, what I will be doing is that I'm going to click on create, and we are going to create the Azure storage account. So I'll say Azure storage account, right? So Azure storage account, this is what is it. So question is that what are the feature offerings by this? Okay, like earlier video where we have seen the creation of the Azure AI Search Service. It's the same type of information that we will have to do it over here, or we'll have to put it here. So now let's do this. So subscription, select in the resource group. I'll give the Azure Storage account name. This has to be in a lowercase, right? Unique across all existing storage account names. It must be 3 to 24 character long and can contain only lowercase letters and numbers. So again, here I'm telling you guys, it's important for you to read about this informations, right? This is really going to help you, and then this is where you will be able to grab the proper knowledge of using the Azure portal and various services of it. So I'll just give the name to that as the document storage account. I'm doing that. The region I'm putting West US, right? My primary service will be blob. I'm more going to focus on the blob. Then the performance, we have two options here, standard and premium. Standard recommended for most of the scenarios, and premium is for where we are thinking of the low latency. There you can go for premium. Of course, this is going to have a bit more charges. So I'm going to select the standard as of now right here. I'm going to go for the local redundancy. So here, this means that the data in a Azure storage account is always replicated to ensure the durability and high availability. So we are going to select the local redundant feature here, the low cost option, right? So click on next. The other options over here for the advanced security here, required secure transfer or REST API. If at all you want to make a use of the REST API to interact, right, then here it is. So these options are available over here. I'm going to keep the default as it is, right, and then I'm going to click on next. Public network access, I'm going to enable it. If at all you want to disable it, you can disable it, or you can even go for a specific restricted type of security. So I'm going to have the public accessibility for that. You can even go for the private endpoint. Now private endpoint is another feature, right, which is gonna make sure that only for a specific virtual network these resources are available. So I'm not going to select anything. Next. Right. So I've deleted for blob storage where even the blob has been deleted. It's written for 7 days. Same for containers. Right. So I'm gonna click on next. Right. Uh, and that's it. So this is gonna validate itself, and we will be having this storage account ready. Now this storage account uh, basically provide us the capability of having the Azure Store features, where you can go for blob, you can go for table, you can go for queue, as well as the files. Okay, so it says that the validation has been filled. Let me go to the detailed forth of that. Storage account name, this is already taken. Okay, that's fine. Let me go back and let me change it. So I'll say that document storage account MSIT. Okay, next. Okay, wow. So let me reduce the space. Right. Okay, here length I reduced. Doc storage account. Next. Here I'm gonna say that whatever the manage keys which are provided, it will be accessible. Right. Next. And then this has been validated. Hopefully now this is validated, and then once it is validated, we will be creating the blob container, and in that blob container we will add, right, our PDF. Yes, it's created. Right, yes, it's validated, and now let's create it. So it will take some time. You can even see the progress over here by clicking on this. Right, so based upon whatever the available bandwidth, you will be getting that the time. Right, so the deployment is in progress. Right, so this has been created. Right, so it's there. So this is the fundamental Azure resource with a cloud-based storage. That's what our Azure Storage Account is. Right. So now here we do have again the access keys so that the client application can get authenticated to that. Right. So we do have a connection string and the key. Right. So we based upon this connection string, the client application will be able to connect with our storage account. Now, if I go to the data storage here, we do have table, queue, file shares, and containers. Table, this is a typical NoSQL approach of storing the data, right? It gives us a table entity with a variable size, number of attributes, right? So we instead of going for SQL Server table or any RDBMS table where we do have fixed number of columns, here with the table entities we can have variable number of attributes to our data. It has only two mandatory stuff over there, that is the partition key and row key for effective management of the data. That's table. Here this is used for messaging across the applications. File shares for the large amount of data, right over here. So this is a SMB based file shares, right, which are accessible from Windows, Linux, and Mac, right. So we use this. Now we will be going for container. This is going to use for the blob storage for typical unstructured data like images, videos, documents, and other type of backups. We can even use this for data lakes, AI training data, the data which is required for AI models, training the AI models, and even static site web hosting. So I'm going to click on add a container over here. I'll give the name of the container. That is, I'll say policy docs, right? Access level, I'm going to keep it as default, create. So this is created. Let me go there. into the container, and then I'm gonna upload my document. We can even add the directory over there, but now I'm directly gonna upload the document. I clicked on upload. This is the upload option. I'm gonna click on browse files here, and then I'm gonna select, right, and here the document will be uploaded. Right, so this is the document uploaded. So we do have the blob storage that has been created, right, using a container in a Azure Storage Account. And now we can say that our data provider or data source is ready. And now we need to use them as a valid data source to our Azure AI Search service, which we have created earlier. So you'll see this in a next video. Thank you very much.